can tell this nigga is on his racist bullshit again. Cause the moment that these Hydra niggas walk in the elevator, this guy didn't even last 10 seconds before he laid his eyes on one of the night skins. And just look at this nigga's stare.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Alright, so for today's video, I've got something special for you lot. We got the biggest crash out with one arm, the Winter Soldier. And I don't know how we didn't clock that this guy was gonna end up being a villain. The nigga was born in a whole different millennium. He was doomed from the start. Them niggas set him up for failure. So the scene starts with Nick Fury arguing with his homegirl, and he wants her to link up with him ASAP because he wants to dive up all in that job. After the call ends, the nigga starts bumping some King Von in his car. But he pulls up next to a police car and he ain't trying to end up like Captain America's victim, so he turns that shit down. He looks over and does a double take like me when I see fast shit walking by. And it's just two cops staring at Nick like it's the 1960s. Like they were really on that, man, I can't believe that we let these people free. And Fury is just all like,
What the fuck is you looking at, my nigga?
Them two cops flash their sirens and drive off. Little did Fury know this moment was the calm before the storm, because the moment he puts his foot on the pedal, someone T-bones him into the police car and they all start ramming into his car, blocking all of the exits. And then these niggas in SWAT uniforms pull up and Fury pops a stim shot, but he ain't even get a chance to react because they all start shooting at his car like an average night in Detroit. And then these niggas pull out an electrical battering ram. As they're setting up the battering ram, Fury moves seats to the passenger side and then they start ramming the car. And low-key, I feel bad for Fury right now, bro. That nigga didn't even get the chance to react to anything that's going on, and he's already getting bounced up and down like he's in South Central LA. Fury waits for them to break the window just enough because he pulls out a machine gun out of nowhere and starts spinning back on them niggas. Fury hops back in the driver's seat and now he's in a high-speed chase, and he's just like, man, I'ma drive into every single car I see. I do not give a when I tell you, I would be so vexed if this shit was happening to me right now, bro. So you're telling me I went through a whole driving test, paid for my car and paid for the insurance, finally got the keys handed to me, and I'm whipping that bitch. And then the next thing you know, I get rammed into by these Marvel niggas just because they got into a little predicament. Not even the Avengers could save bro from the villain that I'm gonna be turning into, I'm telling you right now, fam. So while Fury is causing all this collateral damage, ramming into every single car that he sees, this one police nigga starts shooting him through the train window. So he puts his car in reverse and hits the nigga that's behind him, and while another nigga shooting at him, he rams into another car and gets sent flying into a bus stop. And then he just drives off. Now I can't lie, these cops are probably the most persistent Marvel goons I've ever seen, because they're still trying to kill this nigga, bro. You saw all of your homies getting pieced up by Nick Fury, and you're telling me you still wanna have that nigga's head on a stake? This police nigga hangs his body out the window and starts spraying that Lil Uzi at Fury. But Fury has something for that nigga, bro, because he's just like, fuck it, and steers his car straight into him. He hits him with a right, a backhand, and he sees an intersection coming up, so he slams on the brakes. But this persistent ass nigga is still hanging out the window trying to shoot at him. And then he gets rammed into a truck and then gets sliding across the road. And Nick Fury finally escapes.
Psych a lot!
This nigga's vision is all hazy and then he finally locks in. But the moment that he locks in, he sees the crash out with one arm in front of his car. And this nigga wasted no time trying to get Fury packed up out here, because he shoots a disc grenade at his car and he makes it do a flip. And he just moves out of the way like it's no big deal. And he starts walking over slow as fuck like, nigga, you are not Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. You better skedaddle on them feet that you got, because we all know Nick Fury's plot armor is crazy. But it's already too late because Fury puts a pep in his step and vanished from the car. So we fast forward to Cap in the elevator, and within the first 5 seconds I can tell this nigga is on his racist bullshit again. Cause the moment that these Hydra niggas walk in the elevator, this guy didn't even last 10 seconds before he laid his eyes on one of the night skins. And just look at this nigga's stare.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
That stare has to have some sort of prejudice behind it, because boy ain't no way, boy. But the nigga that Cap is staring at is sweating profusely. I can't lie, I'm gonna go and give him the benefit of the doubt, because if I was in that elevator with Captain America, I would be scared as fuck as well. That nigga does black people the worst. Captain America must have some other superpower than the shit that he got in that serum, because he immediately senses that shit was about to get tragic, because bro was just like,
before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Go!
And then the whole elevator erupts into a brawl. This nigga hit the emergency stop. They're all trying to subdue Cap, and this nigga right here is trying to push his fist up. But Cap ain't trying to look like he's an ally, so he overpowers this nigga, clocks him in his knee, throws this nigga into the wall, and rocks the black man so hard that the magnetic lock ends up flying out of his hands. This nigga's doing too much, man. Why are these Avengers niggas always putting in their full 100% against regular niggas, bro? These lot don't even have superpowers, man. Let them be. He kicks this nigga in the chest, throat punches this nigga, and hits this nigga with a mean left. Had that nigga observing the outside view like, damn, I guess it is a really nice day today, bro. And I guess Cap was all like,
I think we ain't done yet.
because he clocks the nigga behind him and had his head ricocheting off the wall and throws him off of his shoulder. This nigga Romlo kicks Cap's arm into the wall and now he's in a one-armed ISO. He elbows Romlo and throws this nigga into the camera all in the same movement. And he had the other nigga shock his own homie, had him come in that friendly fire on his own niggas. He eats a gut punch and pushes his nigga back and then clocks both of them niggas in the same kick. And just to finish off his brawlhalla ass combo, yeah, he catches his nigga's punch, breaks his arm, and then Bruce Lee kicks him across the elevator. And then this nigga climbs up the elevator, pulls off the magnet, and backflips off the wall. Hits this nigga with an elbow, ducks under the punch, uppercuts this nigga, and grabs the other nigga and throws him in the same posture as his shield. As if I already said this, bro. Captain America is a certified crashout. You do not want to be black around this nigga, man. So Romlo gets up and he's trying to pressure Cap, but then he starts shocking him. But the energy shifted so fast because he hits a right hook and grabs his ass and throws him into the ceiling. This nigga picks up his shield like it's a board and then the fight ends. But shit ain't sweet because all of shield is on the way to eliminate Cap, but he jumps through this window, falls through another building and lands on his shield. So he skips this Jeffrey Dahmer looking nigga, pick up his phone and he thinks he's on a call with Alexander Pierce, but it's actually Falcon. And he's on the phone like,
"Hey, you bald-headed ass bitch, there's gonna be a car around the corner. Now you gonna get in that motherfucker."
And why would I do that?
Cause that tire looks really expensive and I hate to ruin it.
This nigga is shook as fuck. He ain't ever been pressed like this ever in his life. So we cut to them in the car, yeah? And not even 10 seconds later, this nigga Bucky Barnes jumps on top of the car that they're in and throws this nigga out of the car and sends him into oncoming traffic. And while he's on top of the car, yeah, he starts spraying into the roof. So this nigga Sam steps on the brakes and sends this nigga flying. But the Winter Soldier has too much aura cause peep the slide. The MCU don't make villains like this anymore, bro. I wish I could actually go back
to the way it used to be, just so I...
But while this nigga is posing, this big ass Humvee rams into the back of the car and starts pushing him into Bucky. So this nigga jumps on top of the hood, reaches into the car and rips off the steering wheel. Like, bro, I seriously need to know what kind of drugs these MCU niggas are taking because I guarantee there is no need to be tweaking this hard. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it's looking like it's GG's for them, bro, because they're in a car that has no steering wheel and is getting pushed by this big ass Humvee. So they hit the car again, sending that motherfucker slipping and sliding in the road until it flips. But Cap, Falcon and Black Widow all fit into one door and now they're sliding on the ground. But you know this nigga Captain America, he's back on his racist BS again. Because in one scene, Sam is sliding on the door and in the next scene, that nigga's rolling on the floor. This is what I was trying to tell you niggas in my Civil War video. Cap is not an ally, bro. I'm surprised he didn't even join Hydra. I'm pretty sure them niggas are Nazis. But while I was distracted by Captain America's racism, this nigga Bucky Barnes spawns in with a grenade launcher. He shoots that bitch right at Captain America, sending that nigga bouncing off of a car roof and having him flying. We cut back to Bucky and his goon squad, and they're over here blasting with their stormtrooper aim. And this nigga shoots another grenade at Natasha, and this nigga Falcon just dips out of the whole commotion. Like, bro, this shit happened in Civil War as well. That nigga just loves to dip out of fights. Although, to be honest, I actually agree with this aardvark ass nigga, bro. In that situation, I'd be getting the fuck up out of there as well. You are not catching me in the same road as the Winter Soldier. This nigga shoots a grenade at Black Widow, and she just jumps off the bridge and shoots a grappling hook and swings down. Bucky starts searching the area, but then out of nowhere, he gets snuck by Black Widow eating a bullet. But this nigga takes off his glasses and you can tell that this guy is a madman. You can see the Crashout loading up in his brain through his eyes. So he gets his goons to start spraying at the bus that Cap's in with a minigun, and they spray the bus down until that shit turns to dust. So Cap jumps out of the bus, grabs his shield and starts ricocheting the bullets back at them. And Cap uses his shield to his advantage because he charges at the nigga, flips him over, grabs him and slams him into the hood of the car, had his legs looking like he was about to take it in mission. We skip to Bucky, yeah, and he's in the streets tweaking off of whatever crack Marvel decided to give him in this film because he's searching for Natasha, and he rolls a grenade to the other side of the car and it blows up. But little did he know it was a pump fake the whole time because she pops out of nowhere, kicks him in his head, throws this nigga's gun away and jumps on his neck and tries to strangle him with the wire, but he's all like,
"Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance."
And then this nigga throws her into a car, having a ribcage weak as hell. She throws a suction at his ass, yeah, and she's running for her life.
She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard.
But he's just like,
"There's no way out of this one. You're done."
while Natasha's running, yeah, she gets shot in the shoulder, and the Crashout with one arm pops up out of nowhere, and he's about to get a lick on her, but then Captain America, aka Captain Saberhole, charges in at full speed and Bucky punches his shield. And we get one of the best frames in the MCU. But he swipes that shield away like he's on Tinder and drop kicks Cap. Then he starts shooting at him while he's in a fetal position. Bucky starts shooting at him while he's running around behind all them cars. But he runs out of ammo in his main gun. And now that the bullets are gone, the real fight begins. Cap flips over the car and kicks the gun away from Bucky. But this nigga has backup plans to his backup plans. Because he pulls out a Glock and he starts spraying at Cap. But he gets stopped when Cap hits him with a mean right. And he tries to hit Bucky with a shield, but he catches it. And hits Cap with a gut punch and another right. But then Bucky grabs his shield, flips him over, yeah, and starts beating him with his own shield. He punts Captain America across the street and starts posing with his own shield. Now if I was Cap, I would have actually started crashing out. Cause why is this nigga looking this clean with my bling? This is literally the superhero equivalent of getting your chain snatched. You gotta slide back right now. Anyways, Captain America is just like,
No, fuck that! Oh, everything y'all got me fucked up! Oh, my mama, y'all got me fucked up!
Cap starts running towards him, yeah? But Bucky throws his shield at this nigga, yeah? And he almost had the nigga looking like Peggy Carter. And then they start getting into the fisticuffs. Bucky pulls out his knife, and I'm not gonna lie, he starts cooking Captain America, bro. Cap blocks it down and up with the shit that Mr. Miyagi taught him. But Bucky comes in with the overhead, but Cap weaves out the way. Bucky hits him left, but then the nigga throws the knife into the other hand and tries hitting face, stomach, face combo on Cap, but it all gets blocked. So Bucky hits a melee rock, and then he gets clocked with a nasty right. And while he's distracted, yeah, Cap hits him with a spinning back kick on him, and he sends him into a car. But then this nigga starts doing too much because he charges up at Bucky and hits him with the knees. But Bucky wastes zero time because Cap tries hitting another right, but he gets blocked, and he clocks Cap with a jab. But then he tries hitting a left hook, but he gets blocked and flip onto the floor. But then Bucky gets up on him, yeah, and starts choking this nigga out. And look at Captain America's face. He's starting to realize that maybe this choking shit isn't really a good thing to do with the people that he gets into an ISO with. Bucky throws him over the hood of a car, charges up his punch so much that he cracks the road that they're on. So Bucky sends Cap into this van, yeah, pulls out another knife. I told you, this nigga has backup plans to his backup plans. He kicks Cap to the van and nearly rips his face off. And this lot get into a tussle until Cap Batista bombs Bucky and runs for his shield. But I want you to listen up, listen closely, and most of all, listen carefully. Cause the fisticuffs you are about to witness is the best you're ever gonna get in the MCU. So now Cap is blocking Bucky's attack with his saddle plate. But Bucky goes for an overhead stab and even follows through with the attack. Drops the knife into his other hand, and obviously Captain America's gonna start looking at the knife cause he doesn't want to end up like an average citizen in the UK. But he should have paid closer attention because it was a pump fake the whole time just for the hook. But then Cap flips Bucky onto the ground and removes his mask, and it turns out the Winter Soldier was really Bucky the whole time. Bucky stares at the camera and he just vanishes into thin air. So the same way that Bucky vanished from the fight scene, I'ma vanish and send you lots to the outro. Peace.
Nota.
I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let this chopper eat his liver. I came with the 38, I'm leaving with a body. If he try me doing sloppy, shooting out the big body. I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let this chopper eat his liver. I came with the 38, I'm leaving with a body. If he try me doing sloppy, shooting out the big body. Ayy, pop out on a pussy. Nigga, what the fuck up? Ayy, gas pack, strongest for my blood, be doing push-ups.